Subscribe and download over 1 million code snippet including this tutorial from codegive.com, link in the description below. In Python, the for loop is a powerful construct for iterating over elements in a sequence. While iterating, you might often need to access both the elements and their corresponding indices. This tutorial will guide you through using the enumerate function to achieve this with Python 3's for loop. The basic syntax of a for loop in Python is as follows. Here, element represents the current item in the iteration, and iterable is any Python object capable of returning its elements one at a time. To also access the index while iterating, you can use the enumerate function. This function returns pairs of indices and corresponding elements from an iterable. The syntax is as follows. This allows you to simultaneously iterate over both the elements and their indices in a clean and Pythonic way. Let's consider a practical example to illustrate the use of enumerate with a for loop. Suppose you have a list of fruits and you want to print both the index and the name of each fruit. Output. In this example, enumerate returns pairs of indices and corresponding elements from the fruits list. The for loop then iterates over these pairs, and the print statement displays the index and the name of each fruit. Custom starting index. If you want to start the index from a specific number, other than 0, you can provide a second argument to enumerate. For example, enumerate, iterable, start equals 1, starts the index from 1. Multiple iterables. Enumerate can also be used with multiple iterables. In this case, the loop will iterate over pairs of elements from each iterable. Output. In this example, zip is used to combine fruits and prices into pairs, and enumerate then iterates over these pairs. With this tutorial, you should now be comfortable using Python 3's for loop with the enumerate function to iterate over elements with their corresponding indices. ChatGPT. In Python, the for loop is a powerful construct used for iterating over a sequence, such as a list, tuple, string, or range. While the basic for loop is intuitive, there are situations where you may need to access both the elements and their corresponding indices. In this tutorial, we will explore how to use the enumerate function to achieve this in Python 3. The enumerate function is a built-in Python function that adds a counter to an iterable, returning it as an enumerate object. This object contains pairs of index and element, allowing you to iterate over both simultaneously. Let's go through the syntax and usage of the enumerate function. Now, let's dive into a practical example to demonstrate the usage of the enumerate function in a for loop. Output. In this example, the enumerate function is applied to the fruits list. The loop iterates over each element, and for each iteration, both the index and the element are printed. This way, you have access to both the value and the corresponding index within the loop. Custom starting index. By default, the enumerate function starts the index from 0. However, you can specify a custom starting index by providing a second argument to enumerate. For example, enumerating other iterables, the enumerate function can be used with various iterable objects, not just lists. You can use it with strings, tuples, ranges, etc. The enumerate function is a valuable tool when you need to iterate over both the elements and their corresponding indices in a for loop. It simplifies the code and enhances readability, making your Python programs more efficient and concise. ChatGPT.